Mosquito, the most dangerous animal on Earth, weighs less than 2.5 milligrams. It has no claws, no venom fangs, no size advantage of any kind, and it kills around 1 million people every year, more than every shark, crocodile, lion, and snake on Earth combined, multiplied many times over. The mosquito doesn't kill directly, it carries malaria, dengue, yellow fever, Zika, West Nile virus, encephalitis. It picks up pathogens from one host and deposits them in the next. Every time it feeds, it is potentially moving something lethal between bodies. Malaria alone kills hundreds of thousands of people annually, the vast majority of them children under 5 in sub-Saharan Africa. The mosquito has shaped human history more than any army, collapsing empires, determining which regions could be settled and which couldn't, killing more soldiers in every major war than combat did. It is not a predator. It doesn't even mean to kill you. That is somehow the most unsettling part. Hippopotamus. The hippopotamus is a herbivore. It eats grass, and it kills around 500 people every year in Africa, more than lions, more than leopards, more than any other large land animal on the continent. One study measuring the outcomes of attacks found a fatality rate of 86.7%. When a hippo attacks, nearly 9 times out of 10, the person does not survive. It weighs up to 4,500 kilograms. It runs at 30 kilometers per hour on land, faster than most humans can sprint. In water, it is worse, territorial, explosive, and moving through an environment where people cannot run at all. Its canine teeth reach half a meter long, and its jaws open to a 150-degree gape. It has bitten wooden canoes in half. It has bitten crocodiles in half. It is deeply, violently territorial in the rivers and lakes, where people fish and collect water every day, and it looks until the moment it charges like an enormous, slow-moving animal that poses no threat. That gap between appearance and reality is what kills people. Box jellyfish. The box jellyfish is nearly transparent in water. You cannot see it coming. Its bell is the size of a basketball. From each of its 4 corners hang up to 15 tentacles, each up to 3 meters long, each lined with 500,000 microscopic, venom-loaded cells that fire on contact. A single box jellyfish carries enough venom to kill 60 adult humans. Contact causes pain described by survivors as the worst sensation a human body can experience, followed within minutes by paralysis and cardiovascular collapse. The heart simply stops. It has 24 eyes arranged in clusters, and it actively swims rather than drifting. It can steer, hunt, and avoid obstacles. It is the most venomous marine animal on Earth. There is anti-venom, but the window between a sting and death is measured in minutes, and most victims are in the ocean when it happens. Survivors carry lasting scars that look like whip marks across whatever skin the tentacles touched. The box jellyfish is not aggressive. It does not mean to kill you. You just walked into it, and it could not help what it was. Cape buffalo. The Cape buffalo has never been domesticated. Every attempt across centuries of African history has failed. Unlike its Asian cousin, docile enough to pull plows across rice paddies, the Cape buffalo is simply too unpredictable, too aggressive, too fundamentally unwilling to accept a human being as anything other than a threat. African hunters gave it the name Black Death. Big game hunters who tracked lions and elephants for sport considered the Cape buffalo the most dangerous animal they could pursue on foot. It weighs up to a ton. When wounded, it does not flee. It circles. It tracks back on its own blood trail, positions itself behind cover, and waits for the person following it to walk past. Then it charges from behind. This is not instinct in the usual sense. It is ambush. Premeditated and executed, it kills an estimated 200 people per year, and it is one of the very few large animals documented to actively stalk and hunt humans as prey, rather than as a threat to repel. African elephant. The African elephant is the most intelligent animal on this list. It has demonstrated grief, standing over dead family members for days. It recognizes itself in mirrors. It forms complex, multi-generational social bonds maintained over decades. It is also responsible for killing an estimated 1,000 people every year, a number that has been rising annually as human settlements push further into elephant territory. In India alone, government records show over 600 elephant-related deaths in a single recent year, up from 549 the year before. When an elephant charges, it does so at up to 25 kilometers per hour and weighs up to 7 tons. Most encounters happen because a human crossed into land the elephant considers its own. Farmland that used to be a migration corridor, a village on the edge of a park, a road that cuts through a herd's path. The elephant is not hunting. It is defending something. The tragedy is that what it is defending is disappearing, and as its world shrinks, the collisions with ours become more frequent and more fatal for both sides. Cone Snail. The geography cone snail sits on the seafloor of Indo-Pacific reefs looking exactly like a beautiful shell, Tourists find them and pick them up. Inside is a soft-bodied animal with a harpoon-like tooth that can extend in any direction, including backward toward the hand holding it. The venom it delivers is a complex cocktail of hundreds of different compounds, targeting the nervous system simultaneously. It is up to 10,000 times more potent than morphine. There is no antivenom. Death comes from full-body paralysis. The muscles that control breathing stop working. The progression takes between 1 and 5 hours, which is enough time to reach medical care in theory. In practice, most cone snail encounters happen on remote reefs. The victim does not immediately understand what happened, and the pain of the sting is initially modest enough to be dismissed. By the time the paralysis sets in, options are limited. Around 30 recorded deaths have been attributed to cone snails, but the real number is likely higher. The shell is still beautiful. That is still the problem. African lion. Lions kill around 250 people per year. Far fewer than hippos or elephants, and far fewer than most people expect given the lion's reputation. Most lions avoid humans. Most lion encounters end without an attack. The lion that decides a human is prey is the exception, not the rule. But the exception exists, and when it does, it tends to be systematic. In 2002 and 2003, a single male lion in the Lindi region of Tanzania killed 35 people over several months. It came into villages at night, took people from inside homes, and learned to avoid the traps set for it. It was not sick, not elderly, not driven by injury to take easier prey. It had simply learned that humans were accessible and catchable. When it was finally shot, the man-eating stopped. 35 deaths, one animal. That is what a lion that has decided to hunt people looks like. Not the ambush of a moment, but a sustained and deliberate campaign. Cassowary. The cassowary is 6 feet tall, weighs up to 130 pounds, runs at 50 kilometers per hour, and has a dagger-shaped claw on each foot that reaches 12 centimeters long. Guinness World Records calls it the world's most dangerous bird. It lives in the rainforests of New Guinea and northeastern Australia, and it looks, there is no other way to say this, exactly like a small dinosaur. Because it essentially is one. It is among the most direct living descendants of theropod dinosaurs, and its anatomy has not changed significantly in millions of years. It does not hunt people. It does not seek confrontation. But when it feels threatened, cornered, or is protecting a nest, it kicks. And a kick from a cassowary's leg, driven by muscle evolved over millions of years for exactly this kind of strike, can break bones and open wounds deep enough to kill. There have been documented human deaths. Zookeepers and wildlife rangers who work with them describe the experience of being near one as the clearest possible reminder that birds and dinosaurs are the same lineage, and that lineage was built for something other than peacefully coexisting with people. Saltwater crocodile, the strongest bite force ever measured in any living animal. The largest living reptile, an animal that has been patrolling coastlines and river mouths, in essentially its current form, for over 100 million years. The saltwater crocodile kills an estimated 1,000 people annually. In 1945, hundreds of Japanese soldiers retreating through mangrove swamp on Ramree Island were taken by saltwater crocodiles overnight, the largest recorded mass attack by any animal in human history. It does not give warnings. It does not investigate. It lies below the surface with eyes and nostrils at the waterline, invisible, and waits for something to come within range. Then it moves, explosively, with a speed completely inconsistent with its apparent stillness, bites and rolls. The death roll is not dramatic in the way movies portray it. It is mechanical and efficient, designed to disorient, to tear, to prevent any possibility of escape. It has been doing this since before the dinosaurs died. It will, in all likelihood, still be doing it long after we are gone. Human. Every animal on this list kills people. The mosquito kills 1 million. The crocodile kills 1,000. The lion kills 250. Humans kill approximately 400,000 to 475,000 other humans every year through homicide alone. Before wars, before famines caused by conflict, before the environmental destruction that kills millions more indirectly, no other species comes close. No other species is even in the same category. We have driven more species to extinction than any mass extinction event in the last 65 million years. We have altered the chemistry of the atmosphere and the oceans. We have pushed every other large animal on this list into smaller and smaller ranges, increasing the likelihood of the conflicts that make them dangerous to us in the first place. The mosquito does not mean to kill anyone. The hippo is just territorial. The lion is just hungry. We are the only animal on this list that plans it, organizes it, funds it, and builds institutions around it. The most dangerous animal on Earth has always been the one with the largest brain and the least restraint on how to use it.